So it's been a couple of days since I've uploaded a video here on YouTube, and I wanted to start with today because today is actually day one of the 12 Days to Confidence on Camera experience, which is a video themed program, I guess you'd call it. It originally started as a video game. So let me talk about why I do this as opposed to what this is. So many years ago, I had an inner circle group of clients and they were all challenged to be visible on video. And I remember saying to them, well, this is a safe space. Let's all just create a video and put it in here. And what I found, even within a couple of days, people would show up and say, hello, I'm Jenny. I'm on video. Oh, I don't like video. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. And it just didn't feel like a very good experience for them or for the people watching them. So I thought, well, how would it be if they had some guidelines to go through? But here's the thing that I know about many people who either deem themselves as professionals, whether they're an employed professional or whether they're a business owner, entrepreneur, founder. When it comes to talking about their work or the work they do, we've almost been preconditioned to believe that we've got to sound a certain way, look a certain way. And it's ironic because today I come to you doing this video, I've actually got makeup on, which is a rarity for me. I've got a nice crisp shirt on. It's nice and hot, not quite too hot yet, but something that's cool and something that I love to wear and a way I love to look. But most people, when they create a video, they focus on how they look, how they sound, and it doesn't give them any room to come across as authentic, any chance to be real, and it actually doesn't give them the opportunity to be human. So I thought to myself, well, rather than say, hello, day one, introduce yourself, tell us what you do, which puts the fear of God into most people, even when they love what they do, because then they're focused on how I sound, how do I get this right? I decided to give them little prompts of things to say. But me being a bit of a learning geek, I've got a background in learning and development, and did a lot of that through financial services as well, which was a drier subject to teach, or a drier subject or difficult subject to keep the salespeople in the room and not out doing the stuff that they loved. I thought to myself, how can I get this particular skill across without naming the skill? You know, like those games that you play, tell them how to do the thing without saying the word. It was a bit like that. So I got my flip chart out, as I like to, and my flip chart pad, and just wrote some things down. And I looked specifically at what was the outcome, what was the result that people would like to have. And when it comes down to it, and I know this because like hundreds and hundreds of people said this early up, people would use this expression, I want the confidence to be able to put myself out there and do this, or I want the confidence to be able to just do a video without feeling self-conscious, the confidence to know what to say, I want to be confident in what I'm saying, I want people listening to me to sound, to hear the confidence that I've got, blah, blah, blah. The other thing that many people don't realise about my videos is that all of these videos are script free. I don't come on here and kind of like ramble, or I don't try and blag it, so to speak. I normally put a few words down, literally words, not sentences. I think about what I want to say and I think about the end result. So today, I really wanted to share why this feels so important to me. Like, why do I even care whether you're visible? Why do I care whether you're confident on camera? Why do I care whether you are anxious at the thought of doing video? Why do I care that you are already visible and out there and you want to be out there? So this 12 days specifically, and the video visibility element of why I do what I do, is because I realised that with momentum, very, very quickly, people owned who they were, owned what they already know and knew, and were less anxious about getting themselves out there. They didn't stop themselves. They weren't so overwhelmed. They would just do it. momentum is key. Yes, consistency is key, but the momentum, it's like the snowball effect, and it builds. And if you can do this while you're still working, still busy, still looking after the family, still doing all the things that you do in a day, still need to go out, still need to go and catch a train, you know, still need to go to work, or whatever the thing that you have to do is, if you can do this, it builds a momentum within you in just a short space of time, under 2 weeks, in 12 days, that builds something inside that always stays with you. And I love this. I love being able to help you to make it work for you. So it's the reason why I'm a big fan of like no teleprompters, no scripts, because that way the words that you write, the things that you want to say, the outcome that you want to provide is totally you. Like imagine this for a second. Imagine that you've got a Teams meeting at work and they're having a meeting and there's a point of like a solution that you all want to come to, and you cannot partake in that meeting because you don't have a script. I haven't given you a script of things to say. Imagine the freedom of being able to just listen to the conversation, take on board what's being said, and then just show up as you. Not, you know, I am the most knowledgeable person in the room, but this is what my thoughts are. These are the insights. These are things that I know, and I just wanted to share them with you. And you could share it with them exactly in the same way as you would do if you were face to face with them in a room. This is why confidence on camera, to me, matters for you. You'll hear me say quite frequently, your voice matters. That wasn't a branding exercise. It wasn't a scheme that I put together to make sure that you remembered who I was. It's because I fundamentally believe that your voice matters. And how this comes out in my work is you then have the confidence that you could be in the middle of a supermarket, at a conference, at your desk, about to go into a meeting, walk into the train station, on your way to work, not driving though, I don't condone video while driving, but you could be, or cycling, especially if you're in London or a big city like that. But you would be like going somewhere, and in the place that that inspiration hits, that insight hits, that idea hits you, you will be able just to whip out your phone, stand in a good place. I'm not using anything other than natural light that's coming through my window. Stand in a good place and convey a message that you feel happy with. That's why I do this work. So if I had to sit and hide under that chair, under that table, but make sure that you're visible, that you put yourself out there, that you are out there and visible in a way that feels good to you, I take sitting in a corner and helping you do that all day long. What I learned over the years was that if I'm not visible myself, then there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that can go on online, and people think that I might be part of that. I mean, let's face it, some of you watching this video will never have met me from Adam. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I've done. You don't know how I can help you. I could sit here and tell you anything, quite literally, but speaking to a client that I've just been talking to, who talks about truth being their guide, one of my big values is integrity. I don't want to sit here and lie. I don't want to tell you something that I don't believe is true, so I don't. What I do is I share the tips, the tools, the skills, the techniques, the knowledge, the behavior, the mindset, so that you can be confident. And when you get out there and you're confident on camera, then you'll want to do it more. Some of you go on to help your clients to be even more confident in the thing that you do. And some of you go, you know what, I love this visibility stuff. I'm going to be a visibility specialist too. So it's really empowering. So this is why I do the work that I do. So if you're yet to kind of get to know me, get to connect with me, have a look at some of the old videos. And if you're seeing this on LinkedIn, have a look at some of my old posts. Like go back a year, couple of years, and you'll see that this runs through everything I do. But more than anything, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for being here. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, which you can find easily at cie_h_𝗶𝗶, if you look at the description below, you'll see other places to find me online too. Bye for now.